Learning all about soil. There is nothing like the sound of water crashing against the rocks. So what are we doing near a waterfall? We are here to study how soil is formed. And if you have guessed by now, soil is formed by the breaking up of rocks. The earth is made up of many different kinds of rocks. When rain or water or the sun and even the wind act on these rocks, they break into small pieces. Sometimes roots of plants grow into cracks of rocks, and then the acids produced by the roots help in breaking up rocks. These pieces of rocks get carried away to other places by running water or moving ice and even strong wind currents. In this way, rocks keep breaking to form soil. Each kind of rock forms its own type of soil. So, soil depends on the kind of rock from which it is formed. If you have traveled to various places, you may have noticed that soils differ from area to area. They differ in the size of their grain and they differ in the minerals they contain. Soils also contains humus. Humus is made of rotten leaves and decayed bodies of animals and plants. Humus is dark brown or black in color. Fertility of the soils differs in different places. We are going to be studying more about different kinds of soils. We have 4 people who work with soils. Let's learn a bit about them and also learn about soil. On the person you want to learn about. I'm a geologist. I study soil to find out the different minerals in it. I'm going to help you to learn about gravel. Gravel has very large grains which do not hold any water between them. They hold a lot of air. Gravel is not at all good for planting the plants, but it's useful in construction of houses and roads. I'm a potter and I use fine soil to make wonderful pots that keep water cool. I'm going to help you to learn about the clay. Clay is made up of very fine grain which stick together. It can hold a lot of water but a very little air. Clay is good for making toys and pots like I do. I am a brick maker. I use soil to make bricks. I'm going to help you to learn about the sand. Sand has grains that are smaller than gravel. Sand is usually gray or brown in color. We find sand on a beach or in deserts. When water is poured on a heap of sand, it sinks quickly. Some water stays in the spaces between the sand grains. These spaces also contain air. Sand does hold more water than gravel, but only a few plants are able to grow in the sand. I'm a farmer and I use soil to grow crops. I'm going to help you to learn about loam. Loam is the kind of soil that has equal quantities of sand and clay. Loamy soil is rich in both water and air contained. The fertility of loamy soil can be increased by the addition of humus. Humus, as we learned, is made up of decaying plants and leaves. Loamy soil is very rich and good for the growth of crops like cotton. Soil is found in layers. Let's dig a bit and learn about the various levels of soil that we have. If you dig with your hands, you would find the soil to be loose and there may be roots of plants and grass in it. This soil is called topsoil. We find plants growing mostly in topsoil. As we dig deeper, we definitely have to use a spade to dig. You will find closely packed soil with some pieces of rock. This layer is harder and is called subsoil. If we dig even further, we will come to the solid rock from which the subsoil is formed. We have learned how important soils are to us. So, keep learning.